Pinion on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And Pascal's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Complete to
a gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Two yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Vita Vea on the stop. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines. And a short gain down to about the 33.
The ball carrier.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
3 yards.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10 way up at the 37. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
44, Mike, 44. It's our field. Check it, reload. Hey, look, 3. Check 15.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
This is our time.
Brady finding Godwin there for a buck. From midfield, here's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete. Gronkowski unable to hang on, but it'll be second down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant.
No, 66.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski, that's caught. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10.
Well, there it is, partner. Brady to Gronk, their first connection of the game.
You think those two often in sync?
I don't think there's any question about it. And look, we know Gronk has a whole lot of fun, but he's deadly serious about his football, as is Tom Brady. Two great competitors, two fantastic players.
Sugar.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Second down and 8.
You got tight right there. Hey, Alabama. Mike spoke bold. It's just me and you.
From the gun, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Intercepted.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And he's got some space here. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A huge play that time for the Colts.
At the 4-yard
So
line.
that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defense.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Tom Brady.
Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. Pass complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
46-yard ball.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Brady now to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Hey, 66. 50.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
By the Colts.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Rivers. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, Rivers. He's got it to Hilton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And that's caught inside the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Indianapolis.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw again, Rivers. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
To number 86.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Colts 14, Buccaneers nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Brady now on 1st down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Rivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Haskell, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this 2nd half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the 1st half. Now that
it got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 75 yards. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. It looks like he had green on that play.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Tackle made at the
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
off here to his running back. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Step 180, block 15, right. 45, Mike 45.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From the 39, Rivers. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
The ball carrier.
There to stop him was Carlton Davis. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 41, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. 44, Mike, 44.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
He's checking. Crash. Go. 44 is the mic. Check. Come on. Hey, 166.
Brady now on 1st down. Going deep this time for Miller. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, 55 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the 2nd half. 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. They run the counter. Hines. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, it's Mack. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Rivers on the money, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Rivers hands this one to Mack. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be third down. Rivers to throw. Being chased out left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw, Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Brady to throw. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. To throw is Brady. He completes it to Evans. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 99. Check 99. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 44.
Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
5-yard line.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now the first throw in overtime for Rivers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Play fake, Rivers. Looking deep for Hilton. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you. Tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, I'm off to the airport. Charles will be on I-4 back to Windermere as we say so long from Tampa.
Have a nice trip. I'll be home before you even take off.
Lucky.